it will not lead you to create violence against somebody else. Maybe at this level I would say, for us, violence means anything that a human being does in response to a conflicting situation and intend to harm or actually harms or attempt to harm somebody, that's violence. So if somebody acts to you in a way, for example, the problem today, I saw a guy walk on the street naked or put on channel, yeah, the guy has acted to me conflictually, he should not have done this. So my own response to that would be rape her. Now, if you don't know your own emotional system and you live that life, you become a rapist, so you are creating violence. Not only on the street, because to a larger extent, that person creating violence on the street may be doing the same thing at home. Now, we promote within the context discipline. That is one, self-control. Two, performing in accordance with the laws. So we do that within this concept of value for life. We have a third program that we call Kanda. Kanda is basically a supervisory program that runs all over the programs, where leaders in community, women councillors, chiefs, opinion leaders are trained to understand the concept of peace and non-violence so that in their communities, they will be able to introduce that in their work so that it's not us doing it, but them doing it. There is another one we call International Youth Summer School that is more about teaching young people and bring in all these issues I talk about together. So in short, the Youth Ambassadors of Peace from inception to today had focused on preparing the mindset of the people to forget about that creates violence and to focus on that aspect of life that will promote non-violence, tolerating each other and participating in the development of our nation. Because for us, resource is a source of conflict. Development to us is a way of, stopping violence. But if the development is not sustainable, that means it's leading us to more violence. So we try to look at all those issues and put it together and give it to the young people in the form of training. Okay. I'm not sure I can talk about all we do in 9 years, but these are some of the things.
Let me just... And if I may ask, how do you go about these programs? Do you go to schools, talk to students, or do you kind of organize banter bars where you can access the youth and talk to them about these issues?
Yeah. Like I said, our own approach is this. We'll bring people to our organization, train them for 6 months on all these fields. We call it the recruitment process, that people are trained on life skills, communication, negotiation, mediation, then train them on managing conflict, how conflict are formed, how do you avoid it, and so. Train them on gender perspective in peace building. That is
how do they know that you have all these programs?
Yeah.
Like myself, this is my first time of hearing the activities you are engaged in. Yeah. So how do these youths know that you're offering all these things?
Yeah, it's on the newspapers. And when we do recruitment, we do what we call a press conference.
And is it open?
Yeah, it's open. There is a condition actually, which is one, you must be willing to volunteer. We don't pay per diem when we are training you, that a lot of us are used to. No. Instead, you pay your commitment of 500 for the 6 months training. So you pay 500, we train you for 6 months, your feeding and all those things are part of our responsibility. But when we train you until we are okay, then we give you a certificate in a graduation form where we bring people, and then you take a bond with us that you have changed from today. Because we believe in the concept that the changes we want to see in this world start with ourselves. It is me who should change. The world is not changing anyway. It's the people in the world that are changing. So unless we the people are reformed, our nations cannot be reformed. And the reformation starts with the young people. So we bring together, we are not producing new young people, instead we are reforming existing youths of the Gambia and beyond. And then when we do that, we send you back to your society. And then you go ahead with programs, you involve in mediation, and we give you a technical backstop. We also do what we call counseling. We monitor people's progress. Like when she joined, she was at grade 12. We have her papers. She finished her exams. We talk her up. encourage her to the university. At the university, we would like to see how she's progressing. How do we support her? Because some of us have finished at the university already. Some are already into professional field. You finish work, school, how do we help you get into a job? Help you to be that person. So you can also help others within your setup, within your organization, within your workplace. That is our approach. And that's why we cannot claim achieving this. We can claim helping people achieve that. Yeah.
Okay, when we come to gender and peace building.
Peace building.
So can you tell us the role of women in peace building?
Yeah, thank you, Edna. You see, when we talk about gender, most of the time the first thing that comes to our mind is women. Yeah. So that's why when we talk about gender in society, men will tend to turn a deaf ear. This women issue. But actually, gender is about both men and women. And as far as peace building is concerned, it is the collective responsibility of both men and women to build peace in our society. Now, peace is not merely the absence of war. Peace is an individual having inner tranquility, an individual being happy, an individual being contented, an individual meeting his or her basic needs. That's what peace is. So peace starts from the individual, the family, the society, and then the whole world. So when we talk about gender in peace building, we mean the role of both men and women in maintaining that peace in our homes, in our communities, and in our society at large. Now, talking about gender and peace building, what we mean is the ability of men and women complementing each other's efforts in meeting their needs, their families' needs, in building peace in society by promoting development. That's what we mean. Now, sometimes when you look at our homes, you see certain homes in which, the father, when he goes to work, the moment he closes, he will run home. He'll be very happy to come back home to see his wife and the kids. And for other men, it is the opposite. When they close from work, they'll want to hang around somewhere until when it's late, they come back home. That is because there is no peace in the house. Now, as far as the family is concerned, which is the building block of the society, it is very important for men and women to know what their roles are, how they can complement each other's efforts to promote peace in the house. And that's what we as peace ambassadors or peace educators do. We tend to demystify those concepts, ill concepts that people have about gender. Now, making them understand what gender really is, how men and women can come together, hold each other's hand when it comes to development to promote peace. Because without development, there can be no peace. When people do not meet their basic needs, they cannot be happy. And when they are not happy, there is no peace. When people do not understand each other's roles, there tend to be conflict. And when there is conflict, there is no peace. So as youth ambassadors or as peace educators, we try to train people on gender perspectives, what gender really is, how we can help those who are weak in society, for example, women who are a bit marginalized, to realize their potentials, to be able to contribute their quota to the development of the country. But Edna, there's something interesting that is coming up. It seems as if women are now being empowered and men are lagging behind. Just recently when the UT, as part of the UTG students who went to Guinea-Bissau for the research, when we went for the research, actually we formed a group called the Men Empowerment Project, which was really amazing. We are now empowering men because we feel we are leaving them behind. So we brought them to the kitchen. We are teaching them how to cook, how to do certain things in the kitchen that they were not doing before in their homes. And they were doing it really well. So as you can see, if we empower both men and women, they do very well. And life becomes very beautiful for both of us. So we need to complement it in each other's efforts in building peace. Thank you.
Aminata, or you want to add something?
Yeah, I just want to add one or two things. Well, I want to be a bit biased and be on the side of women. That is the role that women are playing in peace building.